Hi everyone, it's Ardith, and I'm here today with my card for this week's Splitcoaststampers Featured Stamper Challenge. I used this adorable gnome stamp from Picket Fence Studios. Oh my gosh, he's so cute! I placed him in my MISTI and I got ready to stamp him to do some no-line coloring. Here's what he looks like. He has this Nordic pattern on his hat, but I wanted to give him a solid red hat, and it's pretty easy to do that. I picked him up with my MISTI door and inked him with Catherine Pooler Twilight ink. This is a light gray ink, and I find it works well for no-line coloring. As I inked him, I focused on the outside edges of his hat, and then before I stamped him down, I just used my finger to take up as much of the ink on the pattern as possible. I didn't press down on the lid too hard, and you can see it's not a perfect impression, and some of the pattern is still visible, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it with my COPIC coloring. This outline is just a guide for my coloring. Next, I got out the matching die and I took it to my die cutting machine. I like to cut before I color. I would hate to be finished and then make a mistake when the image was cut. For the hat, I chose 3 shades of red. I outlined the hat with my lightest shade and colored it in, leaving quite a large white area as a highlight. Then I went over the edges with my mid-tone and I thickened the areas where the hat was kind of folding over to create some shadows. Finally, I went over the very edges with my darkest color. Then I worked my way back through the mid-tone and lightest colors, this time coloring over the whole thing, including that white highlight. Next, I did his nose with a pale skin tone and a bit of pink. For his beard, I used 4 warm grays. I started with W1 and flicked from the edges well into the center of the beard. I also added shadows under the hat and under his nose. Next, I went to W3 and I made the flicks slightly smaller. Then I used W5 to really add some depth and to make the stamped outlines disappear. Finally, I used W0 to blend and soften everything. I used cool grays, C1, 3, and 5, along the trim of his hat. To finish him off, I added some stickles to the trim. I popped him up on a background panel I had made with red cardstock, black ink, and the Essentials by Ellen Plaid Maker stamp set. My sentiment was created with the classic block alphabet die set, and the snowflakes are from the pop-up Mittens set. I added some pretty pink Posh sparkling clear confetti sequins for a bit of sparkle. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm still practicing my no-line coloring, but I was really happy with how this little guy turned out. Shopping links are below and on my blog. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.